Welcome back to the show. Well, you'll recognize the voice right off the bat. Of course, Shea 106. It's a legendary rock and roll station here in Ottawa. Amy Volume is one of the announcers over there. You can listen to her each and every day. And not only that, she's a patient at the Ottawa Hospital, and that's why she joins me here today to talk about her journey. Welcome.
I'm not here to talk about rock and roll. No, I'm kidding.
Well, we could. We could talk about both. We could talk about both. But I mean, very interesting, because when people think of rheumatoid arthritis, they think, you know, it happens to older people. Your diagnosis happened when you were about 18 months old?
18 months old.
So walk me through this journey. Obviously, your parents saw something was different with you. Take me back to that diagnosis.
So obviously, I wouldn't remember, but I was just I wouldn't want to play, and I had a really tear-filled experience as a toddler. So it was like my daycare providers, my nannies, and like other adults. I'm an only child.
Okay.
So other adults were like, this is not a normal amount of crying for a kid who is, you know, learning to navigate the daycare system. Like, this seems like something's going on. So my parents had me checked out. But again, when you're 18 months old, you know, it's hard to advocate for yourself. So it was all just based on, is she just whining? Is she just a baby that cries a lot? And, you know, after a lot of back and forthing and probably a second, third, and fourth opinion kind of thing, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, which affects me pretty well head to toe, everywhere.
Yeah, so explain exactly what rheumatoid arthritis is and how it affects you on a daily basis.
So it's an autoimmune condition which essentially turns your body against itself. It wants to destroy what a healthy system would attack as a virus, but it wants to autoimmune, so it attacks healthy tissues. It often presents in joints.
Okay.
Or like, you know, more bone-related structures. So you'll see like, you know, aching knees and ankles and hips, hands, stuff like that. But the more that we're learning about rheumatoid arthritis, the more that it attacks everything, soft tissues as well. You have complications with like your major organs. I've even had, like, it goes after my voice, because you have joints that control your vocal cords. Your eyes, and I've been seen by, you know, blood scientists at the Ottawa Hospital also, because it sometimes chooses to go after my blood. So
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've had surgeries. How many surgeries have you had, and are they all for, I imagine, different reasons, right?
Yeah, I've had countless surgeries, but joint replacement surgeries, which is why I'm predominantly here today to talk with you. I have so far had 2. Okay. And I'm in the queue for a couple more, because as you age, your parts just sometimes wear out. So
are you getting you've gotten full joint replacements already?
Full joint replacements, yeah. Removal, replacement. Sometimes there can be restorative interventions. That was not the case for me, having had this disease and its degeneration for so many decades now. So my first one was my toe joint on my left foot. And then the big one, my recent one, it's only been 6 months. I have like very low mileage on this new bad baby. It was for my hip.
Right.
On my right side.
Yes, I remember following you on social media, you talking about that.
I think it's important to be loud about that kind of stuff.
I
because
agree.
There is a misconception that it's just seniors who are afflicted by this. And in my experience and some of my friends' experiences, it isn't. And not only do you deal with the physical issues stemming from this disease, but there's a lot of ignorance surrounding it, and it's just because we don't talk. So let's talk.
So let's talk. Well, and I guess, you know, I know you often look at the positive side of things, and one of the things you must be fortunate about is that you have this kind of specialized care, right, at the Ottawa Hospital. Tell me about the care you've received at the Ottawa Hospital.
I segued into being a patient of Ottawa Hospital from CHEO. So the doors that were open for me I'm so privileged. I'm so privileged to have like not one surgeon, but a team, and not just for one joint, but I've got surgeons at the Civic and at the General, and these have been people who have been seeing me since I became an adult. So it's wonderful to have these professionals invested in your care, but also where you're at in life, and they'll check in with me.
Really,
just to know, like, is now the time? Can you take a little bit of time to get this done? Or,
right.
you know, when is this going to be absolutely necessary? And if it's not today, then let's plan for tomorrow.
Has it impacted your career?
I would say sure, but luckily enough, we're in the same business,
Yeah.
right? So it's like if they can get you a microphone and get you set up from your lazy boy, like they're going to do that. So not really, but that's just because of kind of the ability that we have, and I just have to use my voice. So if I'm down and out because I can't walk on a certain day,
you can still use your voice.
Yeah, but it would. I would say that it would keep people down otherwise.
100%, for sure.
We plow through.
What about research? Like, what sort of impact has research had? You know, since you've been going through this, and you know, your entire life, you must have seen great changes.
Yeah, and it kind of ties into like us. Will it give us, you know, downtime? Do we have to take pause away from our careers? Maybe a few years ago, yeah, but this time, thanks to research and advancements in technology, the anterior approach was what I had, so they come in and replace the joint from the front.
Okay.
So there's almost virtually no restrictions, no limitations. I left the hospital, I walked out with the aid of crutches.
Really?
A few hours after having this surgery. It was a total hip replacement too, so it was the biggie. Yeah.
I've got about 30 seconds left. You have another surgery coming up, is that right?
I'm gonna go for the right toe this time.
The right toe.
So, yeah.
So you've got the left toe done already.
Yep.
Is it because of pain? Is that the main reason of getting the surgery done?
Just, I never formed properly.
Okay.
From a baby to an almost 40-year-old, never formed properly. So now the Ottawa Hospital is getting me outfitted
We have that in
with new
common,
gear.
you and I.
Yeah.
I won't go into my story because the details are much uglier. Amy, really appreciate the time, and we're going on Dreams Take Flight together. So looking forward to that on November the 14th. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Again, you can catch Amy on Shea 106, the legendary rock and roll station here in Ottawa. We'll be right back after this.